know Trump really well, and you know what most people know him know, which is he's pretty much the same on and off camera. Hillary Clinton, even her aides can see a totally different person in private. So she's been sucking up to millennials, touting free college. Here's what she said to donors in February when she didn't know she was being recorded. Listen.
There's just a deep desire to believe that, you know, we can have free college, free health care, that what we've done hasn't gone far enough and we just need to, you know, go as far as, you know, Scandinavia, whatever that means. They're children of the Great Recession, and they are living in their parents' basement. If you're feeling that you're consigned to, you know, being a barista or, you know, some other job that doesn't pay a lot and doesn't have much of a ladder of opportunity attached to it, then the idea that maybe, just maybe, you could be part of a political revolution is pretty appealing.
This is basically clinging to their guns and Bibles. All these losers in the middle of the country who aren't as rich as I are making bad choices because they're dumb.
Terrible baristas.
I totally agree with her assessment. I think that, you know, she's got to get the parents' basement vote. And she's moved to the left. She's a natural centrist.
But she have some empathy.
She's moved to the left to
saying.
get the Sanders vote.
Right, no, I get it.
That's what free public education is.
Right.
And what she said, you know, I think that it was, you know, in broad strokes, relatively sympathetic. They are the children of the Great Recession. They are disillusioned about their chances. They do, I think, at least my impression, and I know it's a stereotype, a cliche almost, you know, cling to their parents longer than they did in, say, my generation. And, you know, they caught her at a moment of rare honesty because she was not, you know, projecting the disciplined message that she always gives, but that what was caught there, a lot like Mitt Romney's 47%, was true.
You would think, though, that she would have learned 4 years later that anything can be recorded at any time. And also, Geraldo, what's wrong with baristas? Because I'm a millennial. I've got a lot of friends who do that for a living, who've wanted to do that for a living.
Barista?
A barista. I mean, that's a real hit on them. That's not really fair.
Well, I could never sort out double latte, skim milk stuff.
It's a tough job.
I just think that what you saw there was a candidate who recognizes, at least among the in crowd, that she's in the middle. She must motivate the left to get going. She's never going to get the right. Trump's got that all sewed up, except that maybe he doesn't in terms of the establishment. We could talk about that if you'd like. But I think that Clinton is revealed there to be the pragmatic idealist. She's going for that vote. She's got to say what she's got to say. And maybe now she believes in free public education, you know, at the college level. I don't know, but, you know, it's not, I don't think it's a particularly damning soundbite.
But in a year of change and outsiders, isn't she a classic politician in this moment where she, on Monday, is back on the campaign trail this coming week with Bernie Sanders? We're all friends now. But the WikiLeaks from the DNC email suggested they were mocking Bernie Sanders.
Exactly.
They were rigging the system against him in those primaries, Geraldo. And now she, in this tape, is mocking his political revolution.
But don't you think, Ed, that it's relatively mild? It doesn't seem particularly venal to me. She is obviously not in touch with that huge voting bloc that she has to motivate. The kids are motivated, but now they have no direction. They don't know where they're going to go, if at all. They can't go for Gary Johnson, who doesn't even know the capital of New York State, or, you know, who Angela Merkel is. I mean, so what are they going to do?
Can I ask you a rare policy question? So Hillary Clinton's whole pitch is, I'm the adult in the room. I know what I'm doing. I know the details. So her idea here is that going to community college will close the income gap among Americans. We have a higher percentage of people going to college than ever before, and the income gap is spreading. There's no evidence that that's true, and nobody calls her on it.
No evidence that what's true? Going to community college helps you succeed in life?
Going to college is the answer to growing income inequality, which really is a problem. Conservatives deny it, but it's a real problem. She says this is going to solve it, but there's literally no evidence that that's true.
Well, I've been around a long time. My vibe is if you're cool, you stay in school, and I think that a community college degree is a real giant step. I mean,
is there evidence of that?
I'll tell you this. I'll give you an anecdote. I adopted an entire 8th grade class in Spanish Harlem some years ago, and I promised them if they stayed in high school, I would put them through college. So I did. I stuck that out from 8th grade through 12th grade. It was very, very difficult to get them through high school. That was the most difficult. But then once I got them in community college, their success rate far exceeded that of their peers in the neighborhood.
Getting adopted by Geraldo is not a national policy. I mean, I think many people would like it.
But no, what the Sanders supporters are saying is basically take my program and make it universal.
Right.
I mean, and I appreciate that. I
make
think
it
that
totally free.
Give a couple of years college to any kid in the country, and you know, and Burst is a fine job. I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know, if you get a union job, it's probably better, but you know.